Welcome back to yet another episode of the Comics Run the World podcast. And the first episode and this month's whole theme was just everything Spider-Man related. I'm your host, Mateo, and as always, I'm accompanied by
Frankie. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have enough Spider-Man shirts to have a new shirt for every episode.
Nice.
The shirt I've got this one.
That's sick. I like that one. That one's really cool.
Yeah, this one's a crazy one. I don't really wear this in public much. This one's kind of out there. But yeah, I've been playing the Spider-Man video game. I'm playing the DLC right now.
All right.
And then I'm gonna start reading for some TikToks I'm gonna post. Although one of them we're gonna read on the podcast. I'm gonna just read all of the comic tie-ins for the video game and do some TikTok reviews.
That'd be sick.
But I know one of them will read on the podcast, which will be fun.
Yeah.
So, what have you been up to?
I went to see Saw, the 10th Saw movie.
How was that?
It was pretty ass. It was pretty ass. But I was like with Fred, so it was like really funny. We just kept making like jokes about everything. But yeah, it was pretty ass. And for everyone saying like this is the best Saw movie in the franchise, I'm like, damn. I can imagine the other ones.
I've seen some of the other ones, and it's a bad franchise. It's a stupid ass franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry for any Saw fans out there. I apologize.
Yeah, and I know there's a spin-off, right, with Chris Rock as the lead. Spiral or something, like a copycat.
Who knows?
Oh man, but I do kind of want to watch all of them now, just to see because but yeah, the movie was ass. Video games, same thing. It's been playing a lot of Fortnite. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of reading recently. I finished volume 5 of Berserk. I want to say yesterday. It's been really good. It's just been consistently like very, very good. And this volume, same thing, very good. I really like the artwork. It's very detailed, which I really like. I also read 300 by Frank Miller.
Ooh.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, though I really do like the story, I do think the movie is better than the comic itself.
Okay. I love the movie.
If you read like the comic and the movie, it's like shot for shot, like
really
the exact same thing as what Zack Snyder filmed as it was like on the pages, which is really like insane.
I mean, I say I love the movie, but that's just because I was a kid and I just was like, Spartan!
Yeah.
I don't even really remember the movie that much.
Right. And then right now I'm reading Captain Marvel, one of her recent runs, I think from 2019. I'm almost done with that, and yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't been reading much comics lately besides the one we've read for the podcast, but I'm going to read those Spider-Man tie-in ones, and then I think once this hype for the game has died down, I'm gonna get back into reading a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, today we got a very special little segment. So we're going to watch and rank, or just what we're watching, give our reviews on Spider-Man movies. We have a wheel and everything. We jokingly said, what if it lands on Japanese Spider-Man first? Lo and behold, it did. We didn't know this, but it's actually like a TV series.
I did not know that.
With, I think, 41, 42 episodes. So we were just like, why don't we just like watch an episode and like every so often just review the next episode?
We've got a new segment.
Yeah, new segment, Japanese Spider-Man.
This is going to be a good segment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think this came out like, I mean, it looks like it came out during the 80s, so
probably.
And man, it's I knew it was gonna be like weird, but actually watching it just makes it's so weird. My
jaw actually hit the floor a couple times. I was expecting craziness, but
yeah,
this was next level. I also I don't know if I'm surprised, if I should be surprised or if I'm not, but I was kind of surprised that like there is nothing that ties into the Marvel universe, like not a single thing, like, besides the fact that he's Spider-Man, which he really isn't.
It really isn't, because in the subtitles it's Spider-Man as one word, not the hyphen. So even there is just like off-brand.
One thing I want to say before we like start talking about it, I didn't think it was actually him, but I think in Spider-Geddon, which we read on the podcast, I think it was him. Like, it was this Spider-Man, because he says at the end, he goes, "Sword Vigor," which is what the guy in Spider-Geddon says. And he's in the giant mech.
Oh yeah.
I think that was him in Spider-Geddon. I didn't like connect the dots that was the Japanese Spider-Man.
Dude,
but I'm pretty sure it was him.
That mech, that Voltron mech. I was like, whoa, okay.
Whoa, yeah.
Like, to put in context of like when I watched this, I woke up and then just put it on, and I was like halfway. I was like, what the hell is going on?
It's kind of perfect. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, I guess we'll just bounce off random parts of because I don't know how else to talk about this, but let's just talk about the fact that the bad guy, his name is Professor Monster. That's what his name is.
Dude, I had to rewind just to make sure, like, is his name actually Professor Monster?
At first, I thought they were trying to make him Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Because
oh my god,
half of his face is like a robot thing, and then the other one is just his human face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like speechless. Like, I don't know what to say.
What were some of the parts that made you the most shocked?
The whole like telepathic spider thing, and how the guy was sending out like a telepathic message that only one person in the whole universe can understand, and then he like collapses onto the ground and just transforms into a spider and flies away.
I was about to say, once he dies, Spider-Man will just look up and see the spider, and it'll play the voice dialogue, and you'll just see the spider in the air, and he's talking to him as a spider. And he says he was trapped. He was trapped in a cave of poisonous spiders for 400 years.
Oh yeah, the lore in this is crazy.
His Uncle Ben moment made me actually laugh out loud. Actually, like, laughed out loud. Basically, he's going somewhere, I don't know, and he sees his dad like dead on these rocks for some reason. There's no reason for him to be on these rocks, but he's just like dead, draped across the rocks, and he gives him the classic like speech. He doesn't say greater responsibility, but like he says some like speech, and then he just dies.
He dies in the worst way possible. And you see like Spider-Man, like, I forget what his actual name is in the show, because it's not Peter Parker. I don't know if they say it. If they do, I didn't catch it. Yeah, but like one, like the one shot when he dies in his hands, you just look at him, and then the next shot is him, like his face all like water with tears.
Okay, I have 3 parts. I pinned that I have to show off.
If you don't get this Spider-Man and Beyond the Spider-Verse, I would be pissed.
This part, I just died laughing because he changes emotions so quickly. He goes from laughing, and then he hears the spider that we were talking about, and just like, and like, it's just the way the acting happens. Like, a spider, dude, the way he like just quickly changes like emotions. This next part is actually the part that made me laugh like the most. He's riding with this kid on a bike.
Oh yeah, was it his brother or something like that?
And then he hears the spider, and he just throws the kid off.
Oh yeah,
and leaves him. Here we go. Get out of here, dude.
Just abandons him.
He's the kid. He's out of there, dude. He said, "See ya." And then this part, when he finally starts web swinging,
Oh my god.
he goes nowhere. He doesn't actually go anywhere. Like, okay. Watch the background. It doesn't change. He doesn't swing anywhere.
He moves like an inch.
He moves like a foot or two.
Yeah, that was my other thing. Was just the web swinging animation was just interesting.
One part that was interesting is that his motivation is revenge. The guy tells him, he's like, seek revenge. I was like, oh shoot.
Very different Spider-Man. If you already couldn't tell. I like that how there are some scenes where like I forget which one specifically, but like I think it was like him on the motorcycle where he jumps off, and then like there's like 5 different like quick cut like clips of it in different angles, like repeatedly going off the ramp over and over and over again, like 6 times.
They do that with like a lot of things. They'll do it with the enemies. Will do a flip while they're fighting him, and then they'll replay the flip like 5 times. And I was like,
to show just like the amazingness of it.
I guess literally an instant replay. There's also the villain in this is a giant alligator.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a toy alligator that becomes a giant alligator.
Yeah, and what I find like very interesting, and it's called the Iron Cross Army. So I was like, what an interesting name to give this army. And just like to bounce off with the giant mech alligator humanoid thing. That's because like when Spider-Man gets his powers, he has like really big clunky bracelet, and he can summon was it Marvel or something? The Marveler, yeah. And the Marveler is just like this big mech that's crashed into this mountainside, and he calls it for the Marveler, and he comes flying in, and like the Voltron head comes out, and he just starts battling the big lizard thing in the Voltron mech.
The Spider-Man's kind of OP. He literally he calls it, and then there's a part where a car comes out of it, and it's a flying car that shoots rockets, and he starts shooting rockets at the alligator.
He's like fire missiles, and he just blasts 2 missiles at the thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Fire missiles.
Oh my! And he drives the car into the mech, gets situated, and then like just like does like the transform thing.
Yeah, sword vigor.
It's just, dude, and like the whole. I mean, he is OP like with the whole Voltron mech suit.
He's actually OP.
I kind of want to show what the thing looks like and how it transforms.
I like how when he's swinging, it's like literally so clearly rope. He's swinging on a rope. There's no they don't try to hide it. Like it's just a rope.
Yeah. Like this is the best we can do.
Which, you know, to be fair,
here it is.
I'm sure the budget wasn't.
Look at this. Hell yeah.
Why does it fly so slow? That's... Dude, like if you told someone this is a Spider-Man show right now, this looks like Power Rangers.
They definitely think that you're insane. But that whole like sequence, I was like, I was just like my jaw was on the floor. I'm just like watching. I was like, what is this? Thankfully, it's like super entertaining too, not just like weird and like bland. It's actually like entertaining and like, what the hell's going on here?
That's what I'll say about it. Like, as silly as it is, it's fun to watch. Like,
it is very fun to watch.
I feel like they definitely were pretty self-aware of how like goofy it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the Japanese medium of everything is just different, but I feel like there's some self-awareness there. They had to have known how goofy it was.
And I'm not gonna lie, the Spider-Man theme in this kind of slaps.
It kind of slaps.
It's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty good. I'm
One
looking
part
at
that made me think they're probably a little self-aware was that when he does his suit up scene, like it's all cool,
oh my
and then
god,
it then shows him it shows
yeah,
him zip it up. I was like, come on, like you're being a little goofy like doing that.
dude, the suit up scene was. I was like, what? Because like it's literally just like the costume, like picture, the picture of the costume going in front of the guy, zip, and he's in the costume.
Yeah, it throws his costume in the air and then it just freezes and then it's on him.
I mean,
he has to zip.
yeah, he has to zip it up.
I wonder if there's going to be any tie-ins to Marvel. I'm guessing no.
My strong guess is no.
I'm guessing like no. But it would be interesting to see them like do more like Marvel characters and see what they would do. I mean, in 24 minutes, we get the whole origin of the Japanese Spider-Man. We get the whole origin story.
Yeah, I mean, and that's good because it's just like cut and dry with it. Like,
Yeah,
this is his deal. Let's do some Voltron action with Professor Monster.
Did they start the Spider Totem? I mean, kind of, because
I mean, technically speaking, maybe.
Because, like you said, he's talking the whole like beginning of the episode. He keeps hearing them, and then he falls into a pit of poisonous spiders. There's a guy in there, and he's like, "You have to become the Spider-Man." Then he dies.
This is the Japanese Spider-Man is the blueprint. It's the blueprint for any future Spider-Man movie, TV show, what have you. So it is what it is.
I mean, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I think they're all going to probably get a 10 out of 10.
Easy. The next episode of Japanese Spider-Man is called Mysterious World, the man who follows his fate.
Mysterio reference?
Maybe we might get a Mysterio Easter egg.
I would love to see them like do some wacky versions of villains because that I've never heard of. Obviously, we like knew Japanese Spider-Man existed, but I've never seen. I've never seen any of it.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And I know nothing about it besides the fact that at some point he has guns. That's the That's the only thing I've seen about the show is that he uses guns.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be very, very interesting to say the least.
I love the way every time he does an attack, he's like spider net, spider string. I love when he does that, dude.
Oh, he does have a name. So I'm reading the description of the video. It says young motorcycle racer Takuya Yamashiro sees a UFO falling to Earth. In fact, a space warship named the Marveler. And then his father, a space archaeologist, investigates the case, but is killed upon finding the spaceship. The incident also attracts the attention of Professor Monster and his evil Iron Cross army. An alien group that plans to rule the universe. Yeah,
the aliens are like... They're like ducks? They have like these beaks?
Yeah, dude, I was like, what?
I don't know.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I'm excited for more. I mean, give us Professor Monster in the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean...
that's gonna salvage the MCU. If we have Professor Monster and... have Tom Holland like utilize some Stark tech and use like a Voltron thing.
Yes, dude. How cool would that be? In all seriousness, I really want this coming up Spider-Man game to have the Japanese Spider-Man skin.
Dude, I hope. I've been seeing like I don't know if you've been looking at anything related to the new Spider-Man. I know you said that you're trying to stay away from that.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of skins and I don't know. Maybe.
I know a lot of the ones they've shown off are like Insomniac originals. I think they're trying to save the main ones that people want like for the game to be a surprise.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think most of the ones they've shown off are like ones Insomniac created, which sadly usually tend to be the shittiest ones.
Yeah. From what I see, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. They've made a couple cool ones, but
yeah. But was it less than 30 days now for Spider-Man?
Yeah, October 20th. And they should make it to where every time you do a web attack, he goes spider net. He says it like in the show. Overall, I mean, I don't think they're supposed to be on YouTube for free, but if you're interested in watching them, they're on YouTube for free.
They are.
All
And
40 whatever episodes.
yeah. So definitely check that out if you guys want to. It's not boring at all.
No,
it's not boring.
you will have a good time.
Yeah.
You will be laughing, you will be shocked. I mean, it's better than some of the stuff we're going to rank on the tier list, actually.
Which is actually like pretty surprising.
Like actually is better than I wouldn't say most, but some of these movies it's better than.
Yeah, which says a lot about the show.
I'll go ahead and start this up. I've got a tier list pulled up. I found out I think sometimes this share screen can be delayed. So when you're on the podcast, you can kind of see me move them to the spot before I do it, but that's all right.
All right.
So yeah, both 10 out of 10s for the Japanese Spider-Man show. I have a feeling they're always going to be 10 out of 10. It's gonna
be the best Spider-Man project like ever created.
I don't think they'll ever dip below a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think they have these in order of when they came out, so that's pretty cool. So the first one is the first
OG.
Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
Man. I'm debating whether S or A tier. I really like this one.
I know, I love this one so much. I was leaning more towards S. This is my favorite of the trilogy. Green Goblin, I think, is the best villain of the trilogy. Yeah. I think it's the best Spider-Man origin story we've ever seen, like on the big screen. So, but I mean, besides like Spider-Verse, but for Peter, it's my favorite origin. Yeah. So I think this is fair to put S, because also you got to think about, like, this was the first, you know, like I feel like it deserves a little bit extra because this one was the first one to do it. Like this is really one of the first ever superhero movies to, like, you know,
I mean,
be a big deal.
It was like this one. I think, I don't know if X-Men released the same year or a year later.
Yeah, but it was around the same time.
Yeah, but like I feel like this movie, X-Men, and Blade, which I think came out maybe around the same time, were like this, like the foundation of what we have right now, which is really, really good.
Clearly, this movie is above those two quality wise.
Yeah.
And also Spider-Man's just more iconic than, I would say, both, even though the X-Men's iconic. So I think this movie is just like important wise has to be S, and also quality wise. So
agreed.
What would you say for Spider-Man 2? People love this damn movie.
Yeah. And I would say I am one of those people. I really, really like this. Oh yeah, I love this movie. I mean, to be fair, I love all the Raimi Spider-Man movies, to be fair, but the train sequence was really, really, really cool.
Yeah, that's iconic.
You got to think about all the memes that came out for basically all of these movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes in all three.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Spider-Man 2 is referenced in Spider-Man PS4. There's a train sequence, and he's on the train, and he tries to like web it up, and it doesn't work, and he goes, "Damn, that worked last time." So
yeah, that's cool. I think they referenced that scene in the Into the Spider-Verse too, in like the beginning. Damn. And I know you don't like it, but I love Doc Ock as a villain.
No, wait, I love Doc Ock as a villain. I just think he's like kind of overrated. I just think Green Goblin's better. No, he's amazing. I love Doc Ock in this movie.
I could see that. I would say personally S, but I'm okay with A tier.
I think A, God. No. I think it's an A tier movie. I think it's good. I think this movie's really good. I kind of want to put it in A tier to make everybody mad, but
I mean, I'm okay with it.
I also just think it's A tier. I swear, I think people. I'm not talking about you, but I think people. I think people love this movie because they just like seeing Spider-Man get shit on constantly. They love seeing Peter have a terrible life. He gets everything goes the opposite of his way in this movie. nothing goes Peter's way in this movie. And I think people revel in that. They're like, yes, this is a good Spider-Man movie. He's having a terrible time.
He's at the lowest point of his life. This is a great. This is a great.
This is, yes. Like, literally, the second Tom Holland goes into a shitty apartment, everyone's like, oh, yes. Like,
finally, he lost everything. He's actually Spider-Man now.
But, I mean, I do think this movie's great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never thought it reaches the first movie. But I guess
I agree.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. Man, this one, I mean, when I was a kid, I loved this movie.
True. As a kid, this was my favorite one.
Yeah. Dude, I had like the black suit action figure. I had the Venom goo slime that they sold at the stores.
I went to Halloween twice as the black suit Raimi Spider-Man.
Yep.
I had the whole thing.
Dude, oh man. I had the web shooters with like the silly string. Oh man. So it's gonna be hard to like put nostalgia aside because this was it for me.
Look, watching it now, the negatives are Venom, terrible Venom, and I mean, I think really if you take Venom out, it's an actual like really good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like Sandman was really good, like very like captivating villain.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they just exclude, because I know like the studio forced Raimi to include Venom in it and like the new Goblin or whatever the hell that was. But it was if it was just Spider-Man, Sandman, I feel like that Sandman would have topped Green Goblin and Doc Ock as villains.
Yeah, he may have. He really may have. I agree. He was really like a compelling villain, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
almost, like even like he was like so compelling to the point where like he wasn't really a villain.
mm-hmm.
But like just like the way he does things makes him like a bad guy.
Yeah.
But not like, I don't know. It's like very like gray on like what he does. Given like his backstory, like why he does it and stuff like that. It kind of like Mr. Freeze in a sense, where he does whatever he does it for his wife and like trying to get his wife back. In this case, the Sandman trying to get money for his daughter's treatment and stuff like that. And he was like wrongfully convicted and all this stuff. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I was saying negatives, I was gonna say the other one was the new Goblin, but I think that one just came down to execution. I think that could have been a good idea, but like, I mean, you have the whole thing of him like waving and then disappearing. Like, I don't know, like it just didn't work in this movie.
I imagine him waving and disappearing when the bus came. He just ducks. He just like throws himself on the floor or something.
It was a cool idea and concept, but it really failed here. I also think the memes, at first everyone hated them, but now I feel like they're a part of what makes the movie great, like Bully Maguire.
Yeah.
I think this deserves B.
I'll be okay with B.
If you're going critical, I could see like C or even maybe D, but like if you just embrace the memes and have a good time with it, I think this is a B.
Yeah, definitely.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh man,
I do not like this movie.
Yeah, no.
Before No Way Home, I watched all of them in a row, like all the live action Spider-Man movies. And before I rewatched them, I thought that I really liked this movie. And I watched it and I was like, whoa. I was like, this movie sucks. I was like,
yeah. I mean, personally, for me, Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man. I mean, I think he does a great job, especially in the second one. He does a really good job as Spider-Man, but like story-wise and like just the things that happens in it, I hate the yellow lenses on his suit.
Ooh, yeah,
I hate it.
He's not my favorite, but I think he might be the best. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think all three are just so damn good. Which is why I think No Way Home is so hyped, because like they really all three on their own are great Spider-Mans. But yeah, I mean the only thing I really liked in this movie was him kind of just like being Spider-Man, you know, like kind of quipping, and it's a common thing to hate on, but I do hate his Peter Parker. He's like just way too cool. He's like really cool. Like I feel like that is not what Peter Parker is. So, but I can get over that.
Yeah, I do really like his chemistry with Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone, which I think amongst all the like the Spider-Man movies, I think this is like the best relationship in my opinion.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100,000%. Definitely. You can like, especially in the second one.
Yeah.
But where would you rank it?
Oh man,
It has some really great swinging scenes too.
yeah. This one and the sequel has like the best web swinging we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I agree. Although them doing the cranes, I was always like, "What the hell?"
Oh yeah. I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Like the cranes. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, whatever. And also like the whole Doc Connors being like, yeah, I want to turn everyone to lizards. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the fight scene with him in the high school is really great, though. I love that.
Oh yeah,
part.
and the Stanley. I love that Stanley cameo in the library. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As much as I just shit on it, I think I would still put it C though. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I put it at C.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, it's still a Spider-Man movie. I don't know. It's not. I think when I shit on it like that, I'm saying it's bad compared to like the other Spider-Man movies I love.
Yeah.
On to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Which
I prefer this one over the first one.
Me too.
Honest.
I actually really like this movie. Dude.
Yeah.
I actually really like this movie.
No, I do. I do too. Obviously, like the Green Goblin was like fucking terrible. I hated the Green Goblin in this one.
Yeah, if you take away Green Goblin, I genuinely think it's like A.
A.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking like more like I was thinking B, but let's see.
I'm saying if you take out Green Goblin.
Oh, okay.
If you take out Green Goblin, I think it's like a high A.
Definitely, yeah.
No, with Green Goblin, this is not even. No, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
No. He's too bad. He's too bad, dude. He is an actual sin.
I like the scene where he needs Spider-Man's blood to like cure him of like the Goblin disease, which the whole Goblin disease was so stupid in and of itself. I like it when he's like on the wall, and you just hear him say like, "You're a fraud, Spider-Man."
Like, dude, his voice.
It was. I was like, okay. He was. Oh man, he was so melodramatic. It was so funny.
Oh, he's so emo in that movie. He's so like, oh my god.
And I like how they were trying to set up both the Sinister Six in the post-credit scene and Catwoman too, like just there in the movie.
You mean Black Cat?
Yeah, did I say Catwoman?
It's Catwoman.
Yeah, Black Cat, because like Felicia Hardy was there, and like whatever. I'm like, oh, okay.
We do need a live action Felicia Hardy.
Yeah.
But Jamie Foxx Electro, besides his little nerdy side, once he becomes Electro, peak.
Yeah, I love his theme his theme is great. And the whole scene,
best soundtrack ever.
It's like the whole sequence, like at was it Times Square?
Times Square,
like
yeah.
That was pretty sick.
Oh, that's like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I think the little quick time event, and with like
the quick time event.
That's like the call it with he just like analyzes like surroundings with his spider sense. He does like a little quick time event.
I feel like they did Green Goblin because they wanted to kill Gwen, but I mean, she could have died with Electro, just like in that area.
Yeah.
Like she could have just fallen. Like I don't think it necessarily has to be Green Goblin that kills her. Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean, like even though that was like the way in the comics, if you have your main villain be Electro and you just kind of shoehorn in Green Goblin, it just doesn't really work at all.
Yeah, he was very shoehorned in and very terrible.
Yeah. The suit though is great. I love the suit. This is like the best suit.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, definitely the best live action suit we've ever seen, without a
Yeah.
doubt. It's not my favorite because I just love the expressive eyes, but
Mhm.
definitely the best. Where I agree with what you said earlier. I think this is B.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with B. I still kind of want like a third one, just like out of the blue, like a third Amazing Spider-Man. That'd be great.
I would love that, man. I would love that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but
Fingers crossed.
doubtful.
Yeah.
Now we've got Tom Holland's trilogy.
Oh man.
I'll
A lot
just
of people hate this.
not me. I'll
Yeah,
just
me
say
neither.
off the bat, I'm gonna let you rank these first two because I would put both of these S, and I know that's full bias. I'll discuss them with you, but I'm gonna kind
Okay.
of let you rank these two. So Homecoming first.
So I feel like Homecoming, out of the whole MCU, is one of, if not the most rewatchable movie of the whole MCU, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I think I've seen that movie like I would say like 10 times, just because of how easy it is to like rewatch it, just like you just sitting down or just you putting it on like the background. I really like this. I like his interaction with Tony Stark throughout the movie. I know a lot of people hate that, but it's the same people who want Spider-Man absolutely miserable.
And I also just think people hate change. They want to see. I don't know. I think it's a really fun reinvention of the character.
Yeah.
And it fits in the Marvel universe. Like, Tony's basically his Uncle Ben in a sense.
Mhm.
And all that matters to me is that at heart, he's Peter Parker. And I think at heart, he's 1000% Peter Parker. So
yeah, I mean, definitely. And I don't know. I just love like the whole like him in like high school trying to, like the Spider-Man cliche of him being in high school, trying to juggle high school and going to prom or like homecoming, and with being Spider-Man, and we see that throughout the whole movie. Vulture, I think, is a top tier villain in my opinion. I thought he was great. The suit, I like the suit a lot. I would give it A.
Okay, I'll go A. I think one of the reasons Vulture's so good is like his motivations just absolutely make sense. Like everything, like it connects with the MCU, with the Battle of New York. Like you can understand why he's doing it. I just buy his motivations. Also, I think Homecoming has one of the best soundtracks in the entire MCU. I love the soundtrack of this movie. So,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'll go A. All right, Spider-Man Far From Home. This is my favorite of the trilogy.
This is the least favorite out of like everyone.
I know,
especially on Twitter, because like I'm always on Twitter, and I just see people saying like, yeah, this is like the worst comic book movie ever made. I'm like, I want to go. I don't go that far.
I swear, when the movie came out, people liked it. I swear that it's a new thing that people are doing.
Yeah, people always like to switch up on movies after time goes by.
People are weird. Anyways, what do you think of this movie?
I mean, I really like it. It's
okay.
I like the little change of pace of him going to Europe and stuff like that. And I like Mysterio. Mysterio's it's a really badass villain. And I love how Jake Gyllenhaal is like doing this. As Mysterio.
He kills it.
Mm-hmm. When I was seeing this movie in the theaters, was it Brad? Was it the guy's name? Brad, like the guy who's like the douchebag in this movie.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
My first scene, like that's like probably like the worst character in the entirety of the MCU. I'm like, you're not wrong. It has like great moments. It's really funny.
The Mysterio scene with the snow globe is my favorite Spider-Man scene.
Oh
ever.
yeah,
like ever.
Yeah, I remember watching. I was like, holy shit, that was like crazy.
Yeah, that part's really great. I just think this is another scenario where, like, Mysterio is clearly different. It's with Stark Tech, but I think it's implemented perfectly. And I love his suit. A little over-designed, as usual in the MCU, like right here. But still, overall, I think it's really great. And I don't know. Jake Gyllenhaal, I just can't stress enough how much he kills it. Like at the end when he's like just screaming and I just think this is the best live action Spider-Man movie we've ever got. I'll say it.
Fair enough. Fair
I'll
enough.
say it. Where would you rank it though?
I would put it. I'll put it at B. I'll put it at B tier. I do want to say, I really like how Mysterio's real suit is just like a mocap suit, which very much fits, obviously, like what he is in the comics. So he's he's a VFX guy, special effects guy. So him being in a mocap suit is just like, it works perfectly. I thought that was really great.
I love the part where he's like telling the lady like they're gonna do a switch off at some point where it won't be mocap, and he's like, "I need my cape pressed for when I meet the president," or whatever he says. Yeah, he's just funny in that movie.
Yeah, it was great. All right,
here we go.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Now, again, another movie a lot of people are switching up on now.
True.
Which is not a surprise. This was a really, really great theater experience.
I think people switch up on this movie because I don't know, like I don't think it's bad for nostalgia to like make this movie good. Like people are trying to make it seem like it's a negative now. When the movie was coming out, people weren't doing that. People were just excited to see the three Spider-Men together, which nobody thought we would ever see. And now people are trying to act all cool and be like, "Oh, well, that's the only reason the movie's good." And it's like, no,
I mean,
just enjoy things.
There are moments in the movie where that like I was like, just for like plot convenience in a sense, like Peter like messing up Doctor Strange's spell, which it could have been, I guess like very easily like fixed, and like him trying to explain like what happens, or like the whole like scenario where like he's explaining like, I want everyone to forget I was Spider-Man except for blank, blank, and blank. Could have easily done that, and like just obviously just for like plot convenience. But other than that, I haven't rewatched it recently yet. But I think I rewatched it like around the same time I rewatched Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I still really like it. I think it's really good. I love how it pays homage to both of the other two Spider-Man franchises in more than one way too. I love that. The best thing that I love about this movie is the when they're on like the what's it called, the scaffolding, when they're making the new Statue of Liberty or whatever, and they're just talking about like villains.
That is the best part.
I love that scene. It was so like wholesome, and just having different Spider-Man from different points of your life, just like talking about like their adventures as Spider-Man and stuff like that. I thought was really great, and
I also like beneath all the nostalgia and stuff, there's a really amazing Tom Holland Spider-Man story told here, with Aunt May dying and like him really beating the hell out of Green Goblin in the end and wanting to kill him. Like, yes, there's just nostalgia bait in here, like obviously, but there's still a great story told in this movie. My main problems with it were the way they introduced Toby and Andrew. I think were really lame. I think that was a really, really lame way for them to come into the movie. And it was clearly just done for audience cheering. Like, I just think it was really lame, and I don't think they used each Spider-Man soundtrack enough. They do like a little bit at the end of the fight scene on the Statue of Liberty, but like I feel like Toby should have come in blaring with like his soundtrack, and like it should have been a lot cooler. But
I think I saw some guy did an edit of just like him splicing all of their themes into one. Like they're like swinging like around the Statue of Liberty and then doing like the little landing pose thing. But I do agree on that.
I actually, I might have to show it. I actually made an edit of my own. I don't know. I feel like you're the same way. Soundtrack is like one of my favorite things about movies, and I feel like it can really elevate a movie. And right after I saw the movie, I was like messaging my friend. I was like, dude, the fact that all three of them were swinging and it was playing Tom Holland's soundtrack pissed me off. I was like, that is just dumb.
You can see it, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Oh, great. It's buffering. Oh, there you go.
Thank you. All right, let's do this.
Isn't that just better?
Dude, that was sick. I'm not gonna lie, that was sick. Yeah, I got
Isn't
fucking chills.
Dude.
Yeah, no, that
Like,
was yeah.
and that's the soundtrack from Homecoming. That's in Homecoming.
Mhm.
That's what plays when it's like the Marvel logo's going. And
Yeah,
it's obviously
yeah.
like the theme from the animated show.
Mhm.
And it's just
No,
that,
yeah.
because it's like all the Spider-Man, you know? I just hate that they played
Yeah.
Tom's theme during that. But anyways, where would you rank No Way Home?
No Way Home. I'm putting
It's
in A
tough.
tier.
Okay,
Right,
you're gonna
A
go
or
A?
S tier. Maybe A or S tier. I don't know.
I was thinking, as a movie, I think it's A. But I will say, as a Spider-Man movie, I think it's S because, I don't know, it's got all three.
Oh, plus it has Daredevil in it too, which makes him like
It
in the
does.
MCU now. So I totally forgot about that one.
It does have
Um,
Charlie Cox.
If you want to put in an S, I'm perfectly okay with putting in an S.
I'll put it in A.
Okay,
I'll put it in A. I think it deserves A. I think A is a good spot for
Fair
it.
enough.
Now we have Venom. Here we go.
Oh, Venom. All right.
I don't know what you think about this movie. I'm excited to hear.
Yeah. I haven't watched this one in a while. But from what I remember, I had a decent time with it. I had like a pretty good time with it. I didn't really take it seriously because I didn't like how there was no spider symbol on like Venom. Obviously, it's because there's no Spider-Man in this universe, but still. And I don't like the whole like vein thing, like all the
Yeah.
veins. I mean, I feel like this is like one of those comic book movies that is just made just to feel comic booky in a sense.
Yeah, it has its moments,
Yeah,
but I think as a movie it just sucks.
yeah, it does lack as a movie.
The scene that was shown in the trailer like 5 billion times is like one of the one parts I like, when he like transforms and then eats the guy. I think I like that we've got like different iterations of Venom, and I do like the jokey Venom. Like it's not my favorite interpretation of Venom by far, but I still like it, and I can get behind a jokier Venom. And
Yeah,
but like the plot is so boring. God, this movie's
Yeah.
boring.
it is. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, then again, I really don't remember that much about the plot.
It's the whole, I don't know. I mean,
The
I could
corporate
explain it, but I
thing?
don't even want to. It's just so
Yeah,
boring.
'Cause there's
I saw this movie pretty recently.
okay.
It's, I don't know. There, like I said, I think there's some fun moments like every so often, and I don't think this is Tom Hardy's fault. I think he does a good
Yeah,
jokey Venom, and I think he's a good Eddie Brock. But I don't know. I'd put this one in D.
yeah, I'm okay with it. Then again, it's because you've seen it more recently than I have, so my memory of it is very shoddy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we have Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
I seen this once, and then that's when
I
it
have-
came out.
I have also seen this once.
I don't know if it was
And I'll never
this
watch
movie.
it again.
It's on the wheel, so we might have to watch it again.
No, I have to watch it again.
I don't know if it was with this movie or another movie, but I remember someone saying, I'm pretty sure it's the movie, where it's just the movie feels like the first act and then the last act. There's like no like middle ground. I do think this is better than the first movie, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I did find myself having a better time with the second one rather than the first one.
I wanted to rip my eyeballs out when I watched this movie.
It was just it was dumb. It was like stupid, but like I don't know. I just ate it up.
I mean, it can't be C though, right? It's got to at least be D.
It's like top tier, like top D.
I think the first one's better, but I'll let it slide. God, I think the first one's way better, but okay. I'll do it for the meme. Now
Speaking of which,
I have not even seen Morbius. I've never seen it.
You haven't seen it? I've seen it twice in the theaters.
I have not seen Morbius. I haven't seen it.
I have a whole Morbius statue. S tier. So does this mean you haven't seen like the infamous dance scene in Morbius?
I've seen it on TikTok. I do know of it.
Oh my god, dude, that movie was so perfect. Very fitting.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Leave it there.
Okay. These two movies, they're both S. It's really like not a discussion, I don't think.
I think the first one's S. The second one, I put A.
No.
Oh,
no, I can't do it. I won't do it. I can't do it. I can't do that. I think Across the Spider-Verse is genuinely one of my favorite movies of all time. Genuinely.
Really?
Well, they both are.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
I would put it above, but I won't do it, but I'm going to put it S.
Fair enough. That's like this is like an opinion that I recently just had because I rewatched it. I would say like maybe like 5 or 6 days ago, like last week or whatever. And I think it's great, but like I do think it's just a little overrated.
Interesting. I think,
yeah,
dude, I think I love it more every time I watch it.
It is it's great, but like not to the level where people are putting it as.
Oh, I think it surpasses the first movie, and I think the first
movie
is just flat out 10 out of 10. Like, okay, but let's rank them now.
All right. I mean, Morbius easy number 1 right there.
Okay, Morbius number 1. Never seen it, but it's number 1.
Number one.
So how do we rank these three? I'll tell you what I don't actually think. I would put Across the Spider-Verse, but I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna see what you say.
I would.
Would you put this here?
Yeah.
Okay. I love this movie, so I'll let it slide. Okay. I put this in S, so I feel like I deserve that.
All
so,
right.
Okay. Now for ranking A tier. I would go Homecoming, No Way Home, Spider-Man 2, but what would you do? I
put No Way Home, Spider-Man 2, then Homecoming.
Really? Interesting. Okay. I thought you would put Homecoming at least 1 or 2.
Nah.
Okay. I can manage with that.
Alrighty.
Damn, both of my favorite ones are in last. Across would be number 1. Oh, I mean Morbius, but and then Homecoming. But you know what? I can live with this.
Alrighty.
For B, what would you? This is a really interesting one here. These three.
I'll leave it as is.
As is. No shot. No shot. No way.
I'll let you have this one. Since you let me have the other one. I'll let you have this one. Fair enough.
I'm trying to. Do you put Spider-Man 3 over Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh yeah.
I actually think I'd put Amazing Spider-Man 2 ahead of Spider-Man 3, but I'll let that slide for Bully Maguire. But I think I would put Amazing Spider-Man 2 above Spider-Man 3. Everything besides Green Goblin is really great for me. Like, if you remove him from the movie, I swear to God, it might be borderline S tier for me.
Fair enough.
But he is bad, so nothing to rank here. And then Venom 2 above Venom 1. I mean, they're both.
They're both garbage.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, there it is.
The official, objective, correct Spider-Man movie ranking.
I don't know why it's got all of them again here.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, there we go. Morbius number 1.
Obviously.
Of course. Probably deserves. You know what? We have to do it.
Its own tier. There we go.
Now it's complete.
Hell yeah.
Now we've got the tier list.
I still can't believe that the studios re-released the movie because they genuinely thought people actually really liked the movie because of all the memes. And it bombed again. It bombed in its original showing, and it bombed in its re-release. I think on average, if you take like the amount of money it made the second viewing, like the second time they put it into theaters, it made like roughly like I think $30 to $50 per theater.
It's so bad.
Oh my god! And I don't know if there's have you seen the post-credit scene for Morbius?
Yes, with Vulture.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what happened, but I feel like it has something to do with Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, fair enough. All right, that is it. This is only the first episode of. Was it I hear people calling it Spider-Tober or something like that.
Spider-Tober.
Yeah.
I like that.
I totally forgot Loki comes out tonight.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so luckily we did a little reading of a Loki comic, so there you go. Yeah, Loki's tonight. Maybe we'll talk about it next episode, see like how it is. People are saying,
yeah, for sure.
I'm hearing like a lot of mixed things so far from the early people saw it a little bit earlier. I'm excited. I think Loki is like my favorite MCU movie. Not movie, show.
I would agree.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch. I think it comes out like around 9 tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's exciting.
More excited for Spider-Tober. Yeah, I'm excited. I love Spider-Man. What do we have in store for next episode? We have we're reading and reviewing Spider-Man Velocity.
Yeah.
And we're ranking the Insomniac suits?
Yeah, the Insomniac suits.
Okay, cool. All right. I know what my number 1 is already because I put it on throughout my like second playthrough of the game. But we'll save it for next week, for next episode. I'm excited. Okay. I'm not so excited for the Spider-Man Velocity one. But that's what we're here for. We're reading and reviewing it for you guys and for Spider-Tober. Any lingering thoughts, any announcements you might have, maybe about a certain little giveaway we're having right now on the TikTok?
Got a TikTok giveaway, 2 omnibuses, whatever. Miles Morales, Volume 1 and 2. I mean, yeah. It's the best giveaway we've done yet, so definitely check it out. You just got to follow the TikTok.
Yep.
Like the video, comment on it, and you're entered.
You are entered. Speaking of which, make sure you guys follow us on social media on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, at ComicsRTW. And obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, follow us on Spotify as well, Comics from the World. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, Comics from the World. If you guys want to follow us on League of Comic Geeks, which is something that I'm always on as well, and I know Frankie, you are too as well. I post a lot of reviews on comics. I know you said you're gonna do something like that too.
Yeah.
We're also gonna do it every now and again. We're gonna post a question on the app to be featured in an upcoming show. So if you guys want to be involved with our show, make sure to follow us on League of Comic Geeks. I'm thinking on maybe doing it the same thing on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
But we'll see because I get no engagement on Twitter. But we'll see. But yeah, definitely check us out on there. Hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast. Hopefully you guys will enjoy our new segment with Japanese Spider-Man.
Definitely
I'm
going to be
excited.
the best segment ever.
Oh yeah, this is gonna surpass all of our other segments. So I'm excited. I'm excited for just a bunch of Spider-Man stuff this month. And anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Nothing else. I'm excited for Spider-Tober. I like the name.
Hell yeah, Spider-Tober. Let's go. Anyways, that's it for today's episode. And remember that comics run the world.